my attempt at explaining Bitcoin in very simple terms. Let me know if you think a 12-year-old would understand this. We use money to save our productivity for the future. We also use money to exchange for goods and services. The purchasing power of money, or what you can buy with your money, is based on supply and demand. If more money is created and the number of goods you can buy with that money doesn't increase proportionately, your savings lose purchasing power. You can buy fewer things with your savings because more money is chasing a proportionately smaller amount of goods. Let's say the amount of money in an economy is 100 units, and the number of goods we can exchange that money for is also 100 units. Each unit of goods should cost 1 unit of money. If the amount of money doubles, but the number of units stays the same, each unit should theoretically cost 2 units of money. E.g., houses take time and effort to build, while dollars can be produced at will. House prices will rise in terms of dollars forever. Bitcoin has value because people think it has value, just like every other good used as money. Bitcoin fulfills all the functions of money. Bitcoin does the job of money so well because there's a fixed supply limit. Because there's a fixed supply limit, we know for a fact that if you create value and exchange it for Bitcoin, the value you create is stored for the future in something that can't be created at will, meaning the value you save for the future cannot be stolen from you. If you save the value you produce in something that can be created at will, your savings, or the value you're holding on to use in the future, can be stolen from you by whoever can create that money out of thin air. E.g., people counterfeit money, create it out of thin air, and use it to purchase goods and services. They can give the merchant pieces of paper that have no value in exchange for goods or services that do have value. They are essentially stealing from the merchant. Bitcoin is the only form of money that has a fixed supply. All other forms of money have no limit to how much the supply can increase, meaning the producers can extract value from anyone saving in those other forms of money. E.g., if the price of gold rises, miners will put more effort into producing more gold to sell to the market. They are fulfilling demand and extracting value from the people who are holding gold as a store of value to buy goods and services in the future. It doesn't matter how much Bitcoin's price rises, nobody can speed up the production. Let's say you have 100 units of money and there are 1,000 units of money in total. You own 10% of the total units of money. What happens if an additional 1,000 are created? Your 100 units go from being 10% of the total supply of money to being 5%. Your money represents what you can buy in the economy that accepts the form of money you earn/save in. If the money you save can be created at will, but the goods and services you want can't be created at will, prices rise. The value you create and save for the future is stolen from you by whoever can create more of the money that everyone accepts. When the goods used as money can be created at will, the people who create them can get you to work for them and give away your finite resources, and they can give you something they can create out of thin air. Your time and energy are not infinite. The money they pay you is infinite. In real life, the money we use today can be created at will. The supply of the dollar, the world reserve currency, is constantly increasing. The US dollar can be created out of thin air with the press of a button. On the other hand, the goods and services we want can't be created out of thin air. This means there will constantly be more dollars chasing the same number of goods. Goods and services can be created at will too, but only as long as we have the resources to produce them. E.g., you can plant apple trees, but you need land, water, labor, machinery, fertilizer, etc. The supply of apples is only limited to our resources. If we allocate more resources to growing apples, we can have more apples. Since Bitcoin cannot be created at will, and it has a fixed supply, the amount of Bitcoin chasing apples is fixed. Since the supply of apples is rising constantly, and there's essentially no limit to how many apples we can produce, the price of apples in terms of Bitcoin is constantly decreasing. Demand for apples is constantly being fulfilled. This means if you save in Bitcoin, your purchasing power will increase over time. You'll be able to buy more apples as the supply of apples constantly increases, but the supply of Bitcoin is fixed. Prices are simply an exchange rate based on supply and demand. In terms of Bitcoin, prices drop forever because it has a fixed supply and there is no limit to the supply of everything else. In terms of US dollars, the price of everything increases forever. There will always be more dollars chasing goods and services that take time and energy to create. Last example, the price of housing will rise forever in terms of dollars because dollars can be created and borrowed at will while houses take time and resources to build. The price of houses will decrease in terms of Bitcoin forever because it takes more resources to create more Bitcoin over time. But it becomes easier to build houses because of technological advances.